Right, and IG, they don't like Clearlove very much. They're going to ban 3 of his champions in Evelyn, Rek'Sai, and of course the Nunu. And the Nidalee, Kalista are going to be taken off the board, and Gragas gone as well. So that's 5 junglers.
Clearlove is the carry of EDG.
Oh, and IG are going to be able to pick up KaKAO's Elise.
So this is one thing, is that
potentially.
KaKAO, he is a very good Rengar player, which is hovering right now, but that wasn't my initial point. He didn't find any success on Runeglaive Elise. He found a little bit of success on Cinderhulk Elise, and that's generally where we will see Elise's move towards. But the reason I don't really like Elise, she's great in lane swap, she's not great in standard lanes, which is what IG are going to generally play.
Because she can walk into your lane and just push it down with spider lanes.
Yeah, push it down, so that's why she's great in lane swaps. And she also pigeonholes you into pick, so you generally have to pick Thresh with her. So Thresh Elise is the general backbone of most pick comps right now, and that means that you miss a little bit of team fighting prowesses, especially with the likes of Gragas and Rek'Sai running around the rift. In saying that, the fact that they've banned that away gives me a little bit more confidence in the pick.
And this is massive right now. So KaKAO did pick up the Elise. No doubt that that'll be going to the jungle. His 2 most played champions are going to be Lee Sin, and the secondary most played champion ever is Elise. So very comfortable on that. We've seen him pull it out in the LPL playoffs to kind of hit and miss success. But the thing that I want to touch on again, look at all of the jungle bans. So does this force Clearlove to go back onto the Echo, or will he have to reach even deeper into his pool? And what is he going to come out with?
I hope he comes out with Nocturne. I just really after KaKAO,
you're going to Nocturne KaKAO.
Yeah,
is that what you're going to do?
That's my game plan.
My goodness. But Braum is going to be last minute swapped over here for EDG. Incredibly intelligent, in my opinion anyway, to take that one away, make sure that it can unlock a potential Yasuo. Rookie hovering it at the moment. We'll see what KaKAO is going to lock away. Oh my goodness, if he locked in Zed and then Fawn locked in Yasuo, it'd probably be the best moment of my life.
There's already an Azir on the map.
Doesn't matter, that can go into the top lane.
That's not Flandre. That's Koro.
Yeah, I'm sure, you know, Koro's a pretty good player. Pretty sure he can play Azir. I'm just getting excited, guys, okay? You don't need to burst my bubble
we
by
immediately see
telling
a different,
me that there's an Azir.
We immediately see a different priority coming out of EDG. You know, respecting the Braum pick, picking up the Azir.
A lane bully. They just locked in someone that almost is guaranteed to win lane. We saw one of the counters flash there in the...
Is he going to do
help
that?
me out here. He's your favorite champion.
Which one? Mordekaiser?
AD carry.
Varus.
Varus, yes.
Yep. So, yeah, we saw the flash of the Varus there.
Mordekaiser.
Okay, well, Zzitai and KaKAO have actually locked away the Clairvoyance Cleanse. That is guaranteed to be on the Rift, ladies and gentlemen, as Rookie is going to take the Viktor into the Azir in the mid lane.
Who cares about Viktor? There's a Brad in this game. Kitties is playing Bard.
Yeah, he's going to be roaming around. Bard does surprisingly well in the 2v1 setup, so maybe we will see Bard and, that's pick potential right there. The ultimate.
Cosmic Binding, yeah.
I want to talk about
ultimate. Cosmic Binding is Q.
But there's also the Cosmic Binding.
Yeah, there certainly
available.
is. Yeah, so being able to set up these ganks and then all the follow-up burst damage that can come out of Viktor.
I want to talk about Viktor on blue side in particular, because there is a shocking difference between blue side win rate and red side win rate right now. And we've been trying to, figure out, is it opening up in the draft phase? Obviously, you get the priority pick. Viktor on blue side in particular, because there's 2 entrances from red side into the Baron pit and how important Baron is in the LPL, and they're both on choke points, I think empowers blue side Viktor phenomenally. Just because the Chaos Storm, the gravitational field, when you're red side team and you're on Baron, you're either flashing over the back of the pit to get after that, or you have to run through a choke point, and Viktor will destroy you.
Yeah, he certainly does, especially if you couple it with something like a Blood and being able to guarantee some CC, so Viktor's in no danger. And I've always said this about Viktor, is if you stand anywhere near a wall, you are probably going to die. He blows people up over walls better than any mid laner ever. Like, Annie is the only rival to over wall blower.
Over wall explosion. But Rise, of course,
left
a little bit unattended here. Is going to be considered at least for the last pick for Zzitai. Was considering going towards that Trundle pick, which I actually like a lot against sort of the solo
I really
super tank.
prefer Trundle right now because Moakai deals with Rise very well. You're always in the danger zone, and then because he has his ultimate. So, Rise has got this radius around him where if you're in his range, he's able to CC you up, do tons of damage. But because that zone is shared by the Twisted Advance, the ability of Koro to be able to get on top of him, use that CC, and then all the follow-up damage just means that it is way too dangerous to go for it.
And then the beauty of using Sivir in tandem with Trundle or Ryze in particular to speed up that team to allow them to get on top of you. I actually really like the fact that they're going back to Sivir, putting Kid on this champion. It's not his most comfortable pick, but it just empowers so much of what IG want to do.
Yeah, I certainly agree with that.
On the other side of the rift, though, my fellow casters, it is going to be Deft picking up the Twitch with the Brad on his side of the map as well. So not going to have any unbreakables.
That's
ruining his day. Yeah, sorry.
Oh,
Braum.
yeah.
Yeah, Braum. Yeah, I think I went with the wrong Brad.
I want to touch on is Clearlove. You know, we question what kind of junglers he's going to go to. Has to go back to the Lee Sin. Now, Clearlove's all-time record, this is one of my favorite stats. He's 42-13 all-time on Lee Sin. And he was undefeated until yesterday for the entire season. Now, he's only played 10 games this season of Lee Sin.
Only 10 games.
Only 10. I guess it came down to 11 now because he was finally undone.
Well, we'll see whether he's going to be undone once again as we do go through the lineup. Zzitai is going to be taking the Trundle against the Moakai. Love this matchup for Trundle. Subjugate, so useful, as KaKAO is going to be picking up the Elise against Clearlove's Lee Sin.
And you know who else likes that top lane matchup? Zzitai. He just ignores Trundle the whole game and split pushes relentlessly. Is able to get so much done. As we take a look at the mid lane, Viktor versus Azir, something we've seen fairly often. And it was actually Rookie for me that really cemented Azir as like a staple of the LPL. Baka played it very well, but Rookie like completely took over lanes.
He did. We'll see whether he can do it against Pawn here, who has picked up the Azir. That was his mid laner of choice. Did have the Viktor available there as Kitty's on the Bard against the Braum of Meiko. And we'll see how this one works in the bottom lane, or whether they lane.
So I actually have a really good feeling that Bard wins this lane matchup. I haven't seen it in depth.
They're going to lane swap.
But because, yeah, they will probably lane swap. But if it comes to the 2v2, you have the ability of always being able to bind up the Braum when he jumps to the minions.
Well, let's get onto the rift so we can find out. And here we are, ladies and gentlemen, onto the rift for Game 2 between IG and EDG in this third-place match of the playoffs of the LPL. You can see a lot of words there on your screen as that one flew up. And IG in the lead already, coming out swinging in Game 1.
Yeah, and this time around, a little bit more vision being secured on the bottom side of the map, and maybe an invade coming out from EDG in response. I want to know whether Twitch took stealth. He did.
Oh, there's the ambush. Kid might be discovered here. Doesn't get it. That was ridiculous.
That was so close. You could see exactly, like, I could see the
skimmed his bottom, didn't it?
It brushed his backside.
It certainly did. That's a better way of saying it.
I'll brush her backside.
My goodness, things are getting weird. IG are going to be able to get the ward down here on the top side of the map. Was policeman Trundle probably should be on the caster desk at the moment.
Please, mercy.
Yeah.
I suspected that a lane swap would come out of EDG just because we see that a lot with Twitch, you know, trying to bypass not the best lane phase. It's
especially
not
when
awful.
you take Q first.
Especially when you take ambush first. But more importantly, again, just going back to EDG and kind of what builds up their core. It's Meiko and Clearlove and their ability to impact their all-stars in their lanes. And so unlocking Braum by putting him into the lane swap is so potent. But looks like they are going to go ahead and commit on the 2v2.
Yeah, so not great vision coming out of IG on the top half of their map means they don't really know whether the lane swap has been successfully achieved or the 2v2 has been secured. But it does look like they're going to meet on the bottom side of the map, and no bottom laner taking an extra camp or getting the freeze means that this should be a fairly open lane that Civil will just be able to shove in early.
Playing against the minion waves is what I've learnt from you guys about the old Civ. See whether it is going to happen once again here, where the kid's going to have a decent time in lane, because you mentioned the fact that this guy might be the weak link, and if by your standards it seems like things are going to go okay, things may again look good for IG.
But once again, there's just no winning lane matchup on the map, except for maybe arguably mid, which is very skill reliant.
Oh, Meiko landed at that time.
Yeah, so like bottom lane should outright lose. You've got two ranged champions against a fairly weak laner and Braum, yep. So that's not great. You've got a Trundle against a Moakai, which also isn't great. So this is going to be a struggle one more time for EDG. We'll see whether the Lee Sin makes an impact this time.
Yeah, I was going to say the one difference for the top side at least is that Twisted Advance on the Moakai should give Clearlove a very easy gank path and a very free queue, but he needs to act on that early while Trundle's still fairly soft and easy to kill.
Best gank ever. You can W with the Twisted Advance. You guys go together, and then you can just E him, guarantee a flash out there. So Lee Sin definitely one of the better picks to team up with Moakai because lack of CC on Lee Sin is, I guess, made up for by the heavy CC kit of Moakai, and he brings the damage that Moakai generally lacks.
Well, Kid is going to take a cast there as Pawn and Rookie actually going very aggressive against one another. Pawn able to get a little bit more of his health back as both of the potions have been used. My goodness. They're angry at one another.
And you can see they're like, wow.
KaKAO.
He used his
Trying
Q.
to find his way in. There's the Cocoon. Does use the heal. The Ignite's down. They're not going to go for the dive. Spiderlings were tanking things up, but
nice so early heal means that he doesn't get, I guess, interrupted by the Ignite that was going to come out of Rookie. So well played by Pawn, but he gets shoved out of lane early.
KaKAO's trying to come round for the first blood onto Rookie. Does he have the flash? The Cocoon comes in from KaKAO. That's going to secure it. Nice work dodging out of the way of some damage.
He's still
there.
going.
Yeah, KaKAO's still looking for it. Will he be able to flash
over?
He
vision.
gets there. There's the Arcane Smash, but he's not going to be able to get on top of it. Oh my goodness, Meiko with the godlike plays.
Unlock
Gave him
Meiko.
the chair. Gave him the chair, Atlas. Referee was not looking. He swoops in and makes an unfair fight of it, but what a play out of the support.
Referee wasn't looking, IG weren't looking. Like, what the heck? Why is there a support in our lane?
Oh, Spiderlings.
Yeah, he's going to punish that Spiderling. He's angry as this Meiko.
I love you, Meiko. That was excellent.
Clearlove just going to be secretly taking down some Raptors as well as Kitty's just going to have some fun. Picking up some chimes there in the Dragon Pit. KaKAO in a bunch of trouble. We'll see whether he has the repel in time. Meiko over the wall. That was almost another one. Clearlove flashes after him. Is he going to be able to have it? No, he's not even going to have to use it here as the Death Ray comes in from
Magical
Rookie.
Journey.
Yeah, in goes Kitties. They do manage to get the Cosmic Binding as
He's trying to
Meiko
give him
looking
the
to
jump.
stand behind me. He doesn't get there. And Rookie locks down the kill. It's 1-1.
I've never...
He tripped and fell.
Yeah, what was that? Was that just a, like...
I've never seen that happen.
No.
We actually made a change to the way it works if you go over impassable terrain, that if you fall in the middle, like the middle or less, then you go back over the other side. Because of the width of the wall and because Clearlove was so close to the wall and you jump to the nearest side of your ally, he actually would have been in the middle of it and therefore fell back over the other side. So a very unfortunate interaction, but an interaction nonetheless.
So this is
An
your fault.
explainable interaction is what you meant.
Yeah.
No, but the thing that I wanted to highlight is EDG, you know, being finally proactive, getting the initial lead before IG had a wonderful collapse, you know, trying to tie this one back up, actually have the initial gold lead now, led by Clearlove and Meiko. I'm going to be repeating that the entire series. Everything EDG do starts with those two.
Yeah, definitely agree. And Rookie going aggressive.
Yeah, Gravity Field's down. Not going to get the stun on opponent as he does use the E to get
He's got
in.
the creep
Nice
wave.
shield. Rookie going down so low. Doesn't have anything, but they do trade it. Junglers pick up both of the kills. And now Kitties with the roam around. Cocoon lands despite the creeps. And KaKAO locks down the double.
Gets the double kill, as you mentioned. And all of a sudden, this Elise maybe can go for a Runeglaive and try and snowball the rest of the map as Zzitai getting some work done.
Yeah, smacking down on a KaKAO. Subjugate was used by the Trundle. No mana left for KaKAO. He'll go back home, but he does have the teleport.
Yeah.
Beautiful adaptation from KaKAO and Kitties. You know, they see that Meiko and Clearlove, they're trying to pressure that mid lane, make things happen there. So constantly being there on the reactive play, coming up with the double kill. So KaKAO putting himself back into carry position.
Yeah, and I want to see how much this changes once Blade of the Wrong King's picked up on Twitch, because all of a sudden you can't take these risky trades because like Deft is going to be there in the entirety of this match.
Meiko is hunting spiders right now. That is what he's doing this game.
He's getting some good gold off the little ones as well. They're 5 a pop, man.
I actually
get in there.
really like Elise into Lee Sin. Now, obviously, Lee Sin was picked into Elise in this game in particular, but just when you transform to spider form, the fact that it blocks Elise from connecting with the Sonic Wave.
Yeah, at least in connecting with it. Definitely agree.
Yeah.
That one change is that Repel now isn't as useful because your Spiderlings come down a little bit later. That was a very big deal when initially they were both on the scene.
Uses the Q a little bit late to spawn. Make sure he doesn't head underneath the tower.
Get some harass.
Not too bad. Did have the ultimate there, and Clearlove was waiting around, but he is just going to get a blue buff. Kid using the spell shield, but not needing it as the cast does not find the target.
Oh, the mind game. Zoning cast means
Zoning
no mana
cast.
refunded.
Thank goodness we don't have a
Vladimir.
Hemoplague.
Yeah, no, we need the zoning Hemoplagues in here. That'd be beautiful. Deft and Meiko, though, still looking for some more. That cast lands as Meiko is going to stand behind me, looking for the Winter's Bite. There it is. Gets an auto attack first. Nice use of the spell shield as it comes back off cooldown.
They wanted the slow to make sure that they couldn't engage onto Deft there because the slow didn't land because of the nicely timed spell shield. It meant that they couldn't go aggressive afterwards.
Oh, Chaos Storm down onto Pon here, but he's able to walk away. Clearlove finds his way in the flash in from Pon as he uses the heal. Kicked underneath the turret. Clearlove easily takes it down, and EDG, the buddy system, is back.
And maybe a little bit of, I guess, angst coming out of Rookie because he panicked, ignited on the back end of that trade. Definitely wasn't going to be able to pick it up.
If you've got buttons, Spawn, use them.
Yeah, that's what he did. He hit all of the buttons, Atlas, and, you know, generally not a great rule to live by because now he doesn't have the cooldown.
No, dang it. Okay. Maybe I should have a look at my play.
That said, where the gold is now waged on both these teams are in the hands, or excuse me, the pockets of Clearlove and KaKAO. He's got a Cinderhulk spawn. Yeah.
I'm very blind for those that don't know, so I had to actually
He's leaning real close.
Yeah, he was peering in like a grandfather. It was adorable.
I was waiting for the disapproving Spawn speech about, you're 2-0 right now, you need to carry the game, and you go Cinderhulk.
Why are you staying up so late?
I actually really like Cinderhulk. I think Elise with Cinderhulk does more damage over time, so no qualms from me right now. KaKAO, you do you.
Well, you can see KaKAO getting his own back there on the top lane, but Zzitai struggling a lot. Spawn's just going to talk about weird things.
We Gucci.
Yeah, we are. KaKAO, though, he's not. Yeah, I was going to said just a minute ago that KaKAO was doing okay.
Doesn't look
that
okay.
That does not look like okay. Subjugate being used on cooldown here.
Depends what your goals are, Atlas.
Yeah, well, dying. Probably not one of those goals, but Spawn. Oh, he flashes over the wall. What the heck? Inside it, actually, as the Emperor's Divide comes down. Pon, despite all of that weird interaction, he's still going to die.
And somehow KaKAO still got the kill.
That's how he does it.
From downtown, too, the Bard ultimate, beautifully played by Kitties. I actually haven't seen Kitties play Bard. It's been mostly a staple of PYL LGD support, pulling that one, but here we go.
Yeah, there's the exhaust onto Rookie as well. Glacial fissures down. Clearlove comes in. Deft gets himself the kill.
Kara.
Oh no, he's getting the direst treatment under the turret as KaKAO. He's going to lock it down.
He actually dodged the cocoon.
With the twisted advance.
With the twisted advance. That was the best he could have played. It still died. So yeah, great job to the IG top laner and jungler, but still very impressive play out of
That's a 30 CS lead here.
Yeah, 30 CS and going to be the turret as well because of how quickly Trundle takes those and going into the Ravenous Hydra extremely early. This is classic Zzitai.
This will also be a traded objective for objective, so EDG, seeing as many resources IG have expended on the top lane, go ahead, pull the trigger for the dragon.
Well, Deft still down there in the bottom lane, able to clear up these minions, and it looks like KaKAO being left to the dogs just a little bit.
He's also 30 CS down.
Yeah, so this is good if they can win teamfights and really bad if Trundle becomes a late game split pushing threat. So they have the window between maybe 25 and 30 minutes where they will be forced to group up because Trundle just not going to take, I guess, objectives quick enough to make a difference at that stage of the game. But anything past that, Zzitai will just never group with his team, always be that annoying threat.
A big issue with EDG's team comp, not that they can't look for a 5v5, because I do think that Azir, Braum, Twitch are all going to work very well together. You stack the Moakai on top of that, but they're so good at skirmishing. The ambush potential of Twitch, the Lee Sin, how strong he is right now. Like, obviously Lee Sin's going to fall off come mid-game, come late game, and then spike back up if he can pick out, you know, Rookie. And
the one kick.
The one kick to rule them all.
Zzitai once again with another subjugate. KaKAO trying to use the Vengeful Maelstrom to keep himself okay, but able to smack people back. He's waiting for Clearlove, seeing whether the dive does come in. Twisted advance, not going to be there just yet. He's looking for it. There's the Sonic Wave. Resonating Strike going to come down, but KaKAO, he's so low. Clearlove locks it down. Warrior Enchant. Pretty good.
Yeah, he wanted to give the kill over to his top lane. You could see he waited to the last possible moment, did not want to expend the kick, but it has to go down. And we see KaKAO walks in, able to pick up the bottom lane turret, now pressuring tier 2. This is very good news. Maybe even the dive coming through onto Pawn. IG playing such proactive League of Legends. They're 3,000 gold up at 13 minutes into the game.
This is the team that we describe as being the reactive team as well. We came into this expecting, you know, EDG to be so versatile, able to change things up as we head onto the Rift, but IG able to react to it quite nicely. It's the complete opposite.
This is a different animal from Invictus Gaming, and you know, it's unfortunate they're playing here for the 3rd, 4th place match as opposed to getting their way to the finals, but they have to be proud of just the amount of growth and the maturing that they've made in their style over the course of their Vici and Xiaogu sets.
And hey, realistically, it's all about, wow.
Tempered Fate down onto Deft.
The regional qualifiers.
Yeah, it's all about regional qualifiers and the momentum that you build getting to that position. Imagine how much of a mind game it is right now. If EDG lose 2 best of 5s in a row, having to head into that, it's not going to be a great feeling. And see whether Invictus are able to build up all of that momentum.
You know, see whether EDG can pull off a reverse Invictus Gaming if they do manage to take this game as well. It could be pretty ridiculous.
With how big Zzitai is right now, it's just going to be such an uphill climb.
Can you IG?
I don't know. That's what I want to find out.
But who shoves him off the wave? Like,
no one.
I don't know how they do.
You can stall him out, but that ties up Pawn as your resource. And if you're thinking about it, in a 5v5 especially, pulling out Azir versus pulling out Trundle, you take that trade every single time.
Yeah, 100%. You can see KaKAO, he's going for health stats because right now, if you get any tankier, so does the Trundle.
Yep.
So try and keep him behind as much as possible.
I actually really like the Ninja Tabi pickup in this situation as well.
Yeah, not much armor, but a great passive against the Trundle.
Can't mitigate that one, boy. The rest of what he does, absolutely.
Can't touch my shoes, son.
Yeah.
The other thing about Trundle is that his ultimate does a surprising amount of magic damage. It's something that's really often overlooked and gives him back a ridiculous amount of HP, which means that he's a really good team fighter with just Spirit Visage. So he can go Spirit Visage right now. There are like 2 magic damage threats in KaKAO and Pawn in the mid lane, and just be able to heal up so much of his damage whilst he dives the Twitch.
Twitch is going to try and stay as far away from him as possible, as you can see on the bottom side of the Rift. Deft has managed to grab himself that Blade of the Ruined King, sitting down by about 10 CS, but Zzitai doesn't have a massive health pool, but he's eaten through these creeps, and there's nothing KaKAO can do about it.
KaKAO does get some breathing room, though, that he's able to keep Zzitai at least off the tower from just straight up ignoring him and taking the objective out from under him. But again, like Spawn was saying, a short window on that.
Yeah, so this is another thing that I wanted to bring up. One of the better things to do against Trundle is just to guarantee the F wave clear, which is why I wouldn't have actually been too upset if KaKAO went for a rower, did the older Luca and just built some AP on his Moakai, because the later this game goes, the more that Zzitai will not fight KaKAO and will just fight the turret and just be able to run in and out of the turret, being able to take it all down. And Maokai's wave clear gets substantially worse when the creeps level up. So not having that option is not going to be a good news story for EDG. But in saying that, they also have fantastic pick potential with the Righteous Glory. So I understand why he's gone for it in a team fight sense, as Deft tries to be sneaky.
Yep.
Backs
generally a Twitch's MO. Understandable. Zzitai going to wander over the very last health bar of that ward. Watches it die with his own, but cross-screen you just indicated Dragon up in another 50 seconds.
Yeah, and the reason why I wanted to point that out is because IG are already moving up into the area, shifting their vision down to the bottom side of the map and taking full control over their bottom wave. So because the outer tier tower is still standing for IG, EDG have lost so much control over the bottom side. I don't think that they can fight for this one, but it's just, again, super concerning because Zzitai is going to become a larger and larger split push threat the longer this game goes on. And this is kind of the best case window that they have to fight on even footing in a 5v5 sense.
And more importantly, their pink wards are beautiful. You see the 4 of them, that's in an area where Moakai would normally teleport in. There is no choice for that because Meiko is caught.
Yeah, he's caught completely out. There's the flash forward. Kid locks down the kill. On the hunt has been popped, but IG, they've already secured it. Deft able to get the ambush off. He heads into the brush, and all that sort of stuff. But that is the pick, and IG will see whether they get the dragon.
Yeah, they certainly will now. There is no way that EDG can fight for this objective. They look like they want to posture for it. They're also bringing their top laner down, but this will be a 5v4.
Best case scenario is a steal here. I mean, not a lot of resources were used from IG.
Yeah, KaKAO full health. Will be able to make his way towards the back line. Clearlove on about half health. Righteous Glory's been popped. IG are able to lock down the dragon, but are they going to be able to get out of this pit? They do get over, but KaKAO follows them through the magical journey. The rest of EDG need to come over. Pawn right into the Chaos Storm. But IG get the dragon and get out.
Yeah, and they leave Zzitai top lane. They don't even need to bring him down.
Oh, Flash Cosmic Binding. There's the Cocoon as well. They're layering the CC so beautifully. Pawn falls down. KaKAO able to use the repel at such immaculate timing. Kid able to knock down Clearlove as well. The ricochet damage doing work. Another Cocoon. KaKAO is a god. And the turret falls. It's a 45. What the heck, IG?
EDG are being ripped apart by Invictus Gaming right now. We talked about resilience. Would they be able to bounce back after their 3-0 loss to LGD? And right now, it's looking very grim.
Yeah, the answer is no right now. KaKAO did go down to a razor beat. Got to be careful of those things.
Oh, they're angry.
But they get 2 turrets. They get a 1 team fight. They also pick up a dragon to equalize that objective. You know, 3,000 gold at 12 minutes. Make that a 7,000 gold at 18. And Invictus Gaming, once again, with a good draft and being able to systematically beat EDG around the Rift.
And it's just better picks in these lanes as well. We mentioned the fact that EDG picked themselves into holes in Champion Select. And it's just, once again, like you just said, IG don't have the draft for this. I mean, sorry, EDG don't have the draft to win this game.
They have tools available to them, and I definitely think that EDG made a better attempt on the draft this time around. But you do point out, you know, IG keep getting the better of them in the 1v1s and allowing KaKAO to invade. The fact that we keep taking standard lanes and that KaKAO is getting these massive snowballs and he's able to challenge Clearlove and to put him down and to slow EDG down that way. I think we were questioning, you know, how long would it take before IG kind of figured EDG out and had a game plan for them? Well, it looks like they came prepared.
Yes, very much so. And one other thing I want to point out is, whilst not a great team fighter, Elise, before that dragon started, showed her biggest benefit of being able to pick people up. The amount of upfront burst damage that comes out of this champion, especially when you couple it with something like a Sivir that can follow up for that instant burst, or the Viktor, as we pointed out. Ultimate.
Yeah, Tempered Fate being thrown down. Not going to find Meiko.
Just means that KaKAO, now that he has control and vision control over the area, is an absolute nightmare to face check.
Yeah, and I sort of may have gone a little bit overly excited as far as EDG and not quite coming out ahead in the draft, but it's just the fact that they don't have the winning lanes here, and we'll see whether they can get to a point in the late game where Deft can go completely mental, maybe get a rat-a-tat-tat off that can win them a team fight, because we saw even in the last game they were able to win team fights against the flow.
The problem is that they're one team fight away from losing the game completely if Zzitai is not there, because he's just going to take the whole base. You can see he's already pushed top in as far as it can possibly go. Now he can push bottom in. KaKAO cannot respond with the teleport right now, so IG have an inherent advantage just through summoner spells. But Trundle doesn't mess around with turrets, and Zzitai has been known to just completely disregard teams and take bases.
Does seem to be what he's opting for.
Baron's also been started.
Okay, so IG going for that one is Zzitai. He's going to be fighting KaKAO here on the bottom side, able to use the Righteous Glory. Sun Turret falls down in the mid lane. IG peel off the Baron. KaKAO now able to utilize the turret against Zzitai, his only weakness.
And that's not a weakness for long. Frozen Heart nearly going to be finished. There's a timer on the Trundle right now, and it's about to expire. We said maybe up until 30 minutes he wouldn't be able to do it. After that point, there is no way KaKAO can defend turrets this way.
Well, looks like the Ghost Blade's going to be the next option here for Deft. Haven't seen too much from him since his gank in the mid lane. KaKAO going to use that Twisted Advance, clearing out minions.
Yep.
And Zzitai just smacking down this turret with the help of the Frozen Domain, chomping it in. Deft able to use the... Oh my goodness, the killer was there.
He can't appear bottom, though. It'll automatically give IG the trigger to pull on Baron, which, there they go.
They're over there, and Zzitai is even able to run around here as well. They're turning around onto EDG. Only 3 members here. Cocoon lands one more time. Tempered Fate onto all 3. There's a decent Emperor's Divide. Clearlove somehow able to get out as well as Pawn. Will the Ignite be enough? No, it's not. None of them dead after Pawn's ultimate. They're just going back to the Baron. EDG has to heal. Deft now, the last man here.
Zzitai teleports in.
Rat-a-tat-tat. Will it be enough? Be able to get some damage off, and does he have the range? That's the question.
Does he have the mana?
He doesn't have the vision.
He popped the ultimate.
He has it.
He popped the ultimate, and it just hasn't been used, and KaKAO's going to lock down the Baron.
So that Tempered Fate, effectively what it did is it gave IG the free Baron, even though they didn't find the 3 kills there. Just doing enough massive damage from Rookie's follow-up Viktor was enough to force Clearlove and Pawn back and just give them a free objective.
Yeah, and that attempted elbow drop off the top rope is the metaphor for this game right now. EDG are looking for ways to win, but they just can't hit the Poro on the chair. And IG, on the other hand,
what has happened to you today, Spawn?
They are absolutely destroying EDG. 10,000 gold, 22 minutes in. No turrets have been felled right now for EDG. 5 have gone down. You can see they couldn't even get the Trundle in the end. There is absolutely nothing EDG can do to stall this out.
They haven't gotten a single tower. They've been beaten on the macro strategy. They've been beaten in the team fights. They've been beaten in the 1v1 lanes. And, you know, who would have said this?
No.
EDG, all those weeks ago, all these months, since their creation as a team, have been on top. IG, you know, they've had this legacy roster. They have so much potential in them. The prodigal sons finally returning.
Exactly. Well, we'll see whether IG can carry this one through. It is going to be the second dragon for them here. Some extra turret damage ain't going to go astray as they try and siege out this game. 9,000 gold, closer to 10.
And look at this. Zzitai no longer takes damage.
Might take damage from 3 people. Actually, I'm not even sure whether that's true.
Has a Baron buff now as well. Deft, make sure it's not the perfect game. Just gets a turret for himself. Moral victories at this point.
Yeah, but look, they break the base. IG, Zzitai just immovable. There's another fantastic traffic cone just to make sure that Zzitai is going to be completely fine. Continues wailing onto Koro. The damage has been done though. They've opened up that bottom inhibitor. And Zzitai back to full health. Doesn't take him long. Oh, is that the Tempered Fate?
No, that was the Cosmic Binding.
Cosmic Binding makes a weird noise.
Zzitai still just unrelenting. You can see they don't even want to hit him right now. It's just a waste of time. They will go for it.
Koro's teleport flanking.
Yeah, Deft trying to take him down here. Meiko was able to get the stun. But KaKAO does have to deal with Pawn's damage. Another one as Deft gets stunned up. I believe that was
this is a good chance
the
of a fight.
Yeah, able to get some through. Zzitai is going to fall down. Look at the auto attacks from this Azir. Pawn going nuts. Deft as well. Kiddies, he's going to die as Koro's going to finish that one up. Clearlove. And they secure the ace. EDG may have found their way back in.
Yeah, let's not go nuts. They win a team fight right now. Maybe be able to take another turret off the map, but that was just an overstay there. Really nice Bard ultimate, but there was just no follow-up to come out there. Rookie not able to get any of the damage down, and a good flank out of the top laner.
And you also have to consider all of the global gold that Invictus Gaming have just picked up, you know, on that initial siege, taking down 2 towers, cleaning up the inhib. I can't quite remember if they spent from the Baron before walking over there, so they just got a lot stronger after this team fight despite losing it.
Yeah, so this was all about Pawn. He had 3 sand soldiers down and just ripped 3 people apart. The flash forward out of Deft means that he's able to clean up the rest of the team fight, but the 2 big tanky members at the forefront of the fight. That's where you want them, even though Clearlove not that tanky right now. I think he has a phage.
He does.
So he's not that tanky, but they're able to get 2 turrets off him, and they get it back within 5,000 gold, so you know, a 5,000 gold swing.
But almost too little too late. They've lost so much map
100%
control.
too little too late.
The thing is Invictus Gaming, they can afford to make multiple mistakes should that happen. EDG, they maybe have a single mistake, possibly 2 at best before this game is over.
Yeah, and it's just a margin for error. We talk about this so much. If you perfectly execute in a team fight in League of Legends, you most likely win. But the luxury of a 5,000 gold just means that the execution for you doesn't need to be as poor for you to absolutely lose it. So you can see Trundle now with another tanky item coming out. It will be the Spirit Visage. You can see how tanky KaKAO is 5, 2, and 3. He's an absolute monster to deal with. Sure, there is some damage on the Azir, and even more on the Twitch right now as he goes towards that last Whisper, but it's just not going to really matter if the split push continues out as a tie.
That being said, EDG have managed to claw it back. You mentioned 5,000 as opposed to the 10,000 that it was eking towards before.
It's also refreshing to kind of see them finally come back to life, playing from the back foot. It seems like they were, you know, kind of rolling over, letting IG take it to them being the proactive team. So Good news for EDG fans. Life is still showing.
Not a lot of good news for Oscar. Probably we're not going to say good news just yet. We might describe it as
good
not
news.
As bad news.
They
as
haven't lost yet.
Yeah, well, exactly. I believe that was Zzitai having a bit of a dance there in the top lane as well. He understands.
And this is the best tactic that KaKAO has. Just hold creeps off the turret. Because as soon as they're on the turret, he's going to run in there. Maybe look for Pawn to make a play here because you think they've only got maybe a creep wave to be able to do so.
Oh, Meiko going to get cocooned. Deft trying a bit of an ambush strategy here as Pro still very, very healthy. See what he's going to be able to do. Pawn does at least have his Void Staff. That is 3-item Azir. It's pretty powerful. Zzitai just wandering around the front of this base. He's being held off for now, but super creeps in the bottom lane is going to mean it's difficult for EDG to hold on to this one.
Yeah, as I said, best tactic right now for the Moakai is just to hold the minion wave, but they cannot do the same in mid.
Definitely a struggle at the moment. Cocoon uncharacteristically missing, especially for this game here from KaKAO. Magical Journey going to be taken here, and IG just looks like they're milling about until that Baron's up, until the next dragon, and their ability to fight over a neutral objective where they can demonstrate the fact that they have so much more global gold.
It also opens up the pick potential, you know, trying to bait EDG to face check, and, you know, Spawn's already talked about how powerful this Elise is right now, 5, 2, and 3. If you walk into her Cocoon, the front-loaded damage, we're still relatively early in the game. We're just now coming on to 29, 30 minutes. She'll just blow you up.
One thing I do want to point out is the fact that EDG have gone for penetration items over damage items. And for gold efficiency at this stage of the game, because they're complete and the Bloodthirster as well as us, so Rookie's finished his part of it, so not really him, is going to mean a little bit more power in Deft and Pawn's pocket than you would have otherwise expected. All of a sudden, they can shred through the completed Frozen Hearts as well as the Spirit Visage. So they have one good team fight left in them where gold really won't mean that much until Kid finishes that Bloodthirster. Hasn't even got any lifesteal from the components. And Rookie gets towards his own Void Staff.
Yeah, Deft just picking up that last Whisper as well, which, like you said, very important.
Zzitai, they really want Zzitai.
There's a lot of wards in that jungle for IG.
There's 3 members up here.
This is a fairly common tactic. You gank the teleport and you kill the split pusher, so that way they can't play with pressure points and force you into a bad scenario, because naturally IG want to play between the Baron pressure point and Zzitai split pushing. So if you can kill that teleport before they set up on the Baron, it alleviates a lot of stress.
Yeah, it certainly does, but you can see teleport back available for KaKAO. He's got the home guard boots, also has 3 defensive items.
They have an inhibitor too, which is very important.
Going towards the inhibitor to try and take it down, but that leaves a window where they can be caught in transit. So they back away from the Baron, know that they don't have any vision around the Dragon area.
Well, Dragon going to be started here from IG. They still have a whole lot of vision around the Baron. Dragon going to be taken for free. That's the third. That's the movement speed as well, which is in the ability to move around this map. Yeah, they were looking for it there. This inhibitor is so dead. Zzitai just immovable right now, despite all the CC coming out of KaKAO. This cannot offer too much. Zzitai, if he just turns around and starts smacking the tree, he might be able to get some work done, of course.
Doesn't want to use the subjugate, so that's the difference right there. He's happy to just take the inhibitor, doesn't want to have to burn the ultimate.
And there's that timer on Trundle that we've been talking about all game. It's finally here where KaKAO doesn't mean anything. I mean, he can stall out the creeps, but he cannot stall out this troll.
And he can't even stall out the super creeps. The super creeps will hit the turret. So there's no question there. So this may as well be a 4v4 game. KaKAO cannot pull the trigger before Zzitai does.
But just the difference of what a Moakai is going to mean for your team fight versus a Trundle. So if Zzitai is perfectly fine to keep KaKAO locked up here.
Well, IG still not pulling the trigger on this Baron just yet. Ward's still in the back of the pit here. As Deft is able to pick up a red buff. That's a big deal. Would have expected IG to be able to ward that one up and take that one for themselves, but Zzitai going to continue split pushing here on the bottom side. Nexus turret's going to start to fall now as Repel has to be used by KaKAO as he falls down in place. Actually takes a lot of damage here as Deft is able to get off a lot as well, but that is going to be the rat-a-tat-tat on cooldown. Zzitai looking to try and take down these Nexus turrets. KaKAO able to fight back for now. Oh, the Cocoon lands on a Clearlove. They're looking to try and blow him up. Repel comes down. Glacial Fissure there as well. Tempered Fate onto 3 as Meiko's going to get... What the heck was that Chaos Storm? Rookie does eventually fall down. IG on top of Deft. Everyone from EDG is getting melted down. Zzitai right in amongst this battle as well, but Pawn able to do some work here in the back line as the Emperor's Divide was used. Clearlove able to get out of there. but Frozen
oh my God,
Domain's
Clearlove.
down. Clearlove trying to do some work. Is he going to be able to finish off? Zzitai comes in with the resonating strike. Kitties and Zzitai, the last men standing. Not sure how EDG are able to do. What was that? Traffic cone stops your magical journey, and that's how you do it. Put a traffic cone in the middle of the road. That stops the journey, ladies and gentlemen.
As KaKAO is still looking for kitties, they want to win this fight.
Oh, through he goes. That's a long one. Nice use of the Cosmic Binding there from Kitties. Pretty standard stuff there, but the rest of EDG going to have to go home.
But the impressive thing is that EDG actually nearly took a team fight then. Zzitai lived by the skin of his teeth. Kitties lived by the skin of his teeth. EDG were able to position themselves underneath the rappel initially, which just took out all of Zzetai's, KaKAO's health. And they weren't really in a position to fight. Once again, a great Cosmic Binding. Kitties definitely deserves MVP of this game, by the way. 0, 1, and 11 has had a terrific Bard performance, and the pressure around Baron continues.
The assassination on Rookie, though. Clearlove getting to that back line and just popping Viktor to Rookie's, what's the word I'm going to use? Success? No? I can't remember. Rookie did manage to get off all of his cooldowns before he died, dropping a fantastic Chaos Storm as well as the Gravitational Field in tandem with the Bard ultimate. So, didn't mean as much after he went down, but we have another fight.
Yeah, Tempered Fate not actually going to land here as KaKAO's going to get locked up. EDG with some clean focus, but look at the circles on the ground for IG. EDG still in definite fighting form. Pawn with a kill under KaKAO. That's the jungler dead. Baron available. Is EDG going to be able to fight back?
Is this 2015 or 2014 EDG? They're winning team fights from massive gold discrepancies, and they're doing it in style.
Yeah, but their base is still under fire, and Zzitai can leave at any point. You can see they don't want to take the Baron because of how much pressure this Trundle is putting on the map, so they have to go deal with the waves. Means that, as we said, IG can keep making these mistakes. They still have a 5,000 gold lead. This game is no way in EDG's favor, but how impressive is it, and how much of a momentum swing will it be, more importantly, if they continue to battle this one out?
Yeah, and we're mentioning IG here as well. This is the adaptive team, and will they just be able to now say, okay, we're not necessarily winning team fights.
Just go back to split pushing.
See you later. Just, I don't want you with us. Let's just use you as a split pusher and move on from there, and IG can continue baiting this Baron.
Well, they don't want to do that as long as teleports are down, because KaKAO is going to group up, and if they get the Baron, no matter how strong the Trundle is, there is no way he's going to be able to split push against those creeps. So it's really important, whilst Zzitai doesn't have teleport, to have him with the team. So much so that I would even question the distortion pickup, which will help the flash cooldown as well, and why it hasn't come out so far, because Zzitai is the linchpin of how they win this game still.
Well, Pawn is going to show himself here on the bottom lane. Doesn't have anything to get him around there in time. Baron gets mad at Zzitai once again. Looking for a potential engagement here as Meiko might get traffic coned. Not going to able to stand behind me behind Clearlove. It's a very confusing way to describe that. The inhibitor is about to come back up though for EDG. Oh, Zzitai taking some damage from Pawn. Nice cocoon's going to land as the On the Hunt's been used
to disengage.
They're so scared.
Pawn is terrifying. Pawn is one item off being complete. Is
Final
an
form
absolute monster right now, and we've seen time and time again 3 Sand Soldier Azir just rip teams apart.
And I also wanted to talk about Pawn's itemization. A lot of time we've seen the Gnasher's Tooth Rylai's come out as...
Oh, Deft going for the ambush play.
I think they know.
Yeah, that's happening.
Pawn choosing to mix it up, going for the Luden's Echo to try to alleviate a lot of the split push pressure, give the wave control back to his team, and buy EDG long enough time to get here.
Yeah. Well, IG started the Baron. They've taken down the inhibitor in the bottom lane as well. Baron's down to about half health. EDG, they've decided to pick the fight here.
IG are going to keep going. KaKAO's not losing health.
Level 15 smite to 14.
Yeah, Clearlove trying to find his way in. Is he going to be able to get it? No!
Oh,
KaKAO knocks it down. Kid immediately dies though as Deft is able to fight. Meiko making his way across the side. Nice Cosmic Binding there from Kitties. But Zzitai, he's solo winning this game. Deft now trying to take down KaKAO, but that's not what this story's about. It's about the Trundle in the base. Rookie is able to take down the Rat, and now everyone on EDG trying to fight away this Trundle is able to set up the Sun Turret. Does mean that you can still take down the Nexus, but not going to happen because the Troll is dead. And EDG trying to fight back. It's looking so hard, though.
Yeah, one more, I guess, like, what do you want to call it? Expedition? Like, journey out of Zzitai, adventure into the enemy team's base, and that Nexus will explode. you could see as soon as the Baron went down, EDG had like 3 seconds. They had to win the team fight. As soon as they didn't get the initial win, they just sacked members and went back to protect their base because Zzitai is a monster right now. And as fed as Pawn is, he's up 100 CS because of all the creep waves that have been funneled into him and how well he's performed late game. It's probably not going to be enough as Zzitai is too big.
I mean, at this point, either IG can just overwhelm the base, run in, and tap the Nexus. If they really want to take this cautiously, they could look towards that 5th Dragon win condition in the next 6 minutes. But at this point, you still have Baron up and alive on 4 members. Just start creating pressure points. Let Zzitai sneak in there and just punch the Nexus.
Yeah, exactly right. They've even got a ward down, so he doesn't even need a sneak. He can just outright teleport behind them as soon as the siege comes out of anyone else and take the Nexus down. And you can see EDG recognize that. They're like fanning out on Zzetai's watch. They're like, we do not want him in here.
Yeah, fanning the vision as well around their base.
Zzetai's got home guard boots and he's just sitting in base. He's waiting for them to come across.
He's also got the ward up on the inhibitor.
Yeah,
there he goes.
Yep,
they're pinging it out.
Teleporting in, KaKAO trying to get back there in time.
Pawn
They will be able to take down that. The Tempered Fate was there. Pawn did get potentially caught out, but Zzitai trying to take down the Nexus. He moves out of the way, but one last auto attack, and IG 2-0 at the beginning of this series.
Your EDG, where do you go from here? You got 3-0'd by LGD.
Look at that smug look on Zzetai's face. He's pretty chuffed with that victory.
Think of the momentum. Think of the morale. Think of KaKAO.
The KaKAO as well.
To lose a game like that.
Yeah, and you can see
Pawn's
after
face.
how much work he put in towards the latter part of that game. Early game definitely did not go in their favor, but Invictus Gaming must feel like they're on top of the world right now.
Yeah, if there's any stark comparison of the opinions of these players, Clearlove there on your screen as well, not looking too happy. We'll see how EDG managed to bounce back in the next game. IG, though, looking so strong, and this is not when they're supposed to be strong, Spawn. They're supposed to lose the first 2 games.
They're certainly not, and you know, they're in really good spirits right now. You can see it. They were able to take that game. The one worrying thing I will say, Invictus Gaming, odds are they're going to close out their set. Reverse sweeps are very hard, but the breath that was blown into Pawn, we haven't seen him play like that since the start of the Yasuo game. So if he can continue that momentum and try and take it to Rookie in the mid lane, that will be good things. The danger is right now KaKAO and Zzitai, like the old captain and like the person that came in and took over a lot of the shot calling prowess, are now on a high. And when your shot caller is making proactive, good judgment calls for your team, as they both would be because of how good they're feeling, it means that they're probably going to run out with another interrupt Clearlove strategy, and they've shown that that works every single time.
Yeah, and when you've got wildcard players like this, like KaKAO, like Zzitai, they're momentum-based. These guys are confidence-based players, and you put Zzitai in a good mood, I don't know what could happen in the next game, but you know that he's going to be playing at the top of his game.
And it's even more punishing because, again, just the legacy players, the amount of experience that Invictus Gaming roster has. Yeah, you have a lot of it on the other side from EDG, but you give them momentum and then their ability to make clutch plays. This is devastating for EDG.
Most certainly is. But for more analysis, we're going to throw it out to Sada and Rusty.
Thanks so much, guys. And another great game from Invictus Gaming. They're up 2-0 right now against EDG. This is the 5th game in a row Edward Gaming has lost.
And Edward Gaming again, they look like they're a little bit distressed now. It's going to come down to the jungle matchup. It was mentioned inside and on the desk by Spawn is that's such a big factor now. KaKAO's got the momentum, he's got all of the strength moving forward, and he's got the winning lanes to back him.
Yeah, he certainly does. We actually have a replay ready for you folks, so we'll toss it up on screen. We're already 20 minutes into the game, and IG have got all the momentum.
Yeah, so roll this one out. Invictus Gaming, they've got all of the control off the back of strong laning phases. This is just super insane. The Bard connects, the Viktor drops down the Chaos Storm with the laser, immediately pushes all of those members back to base. They have no choice but to retreat with their tails between their legs. And this gives them the Baron. It gives them so much control around the map, and it also unlocks Zzitai, because this entire time, whilst they're fighting, Zzitai is able to do as he would like, just chill down in the corner. He chooses to come in for this particular Baron, but it's already unlocked that area, so he can access that at any time he would like. This is the free Baron, because there were so many members stuck in base again from Bard. Kitty's played this game so well.
Yeah, and a lot of that was off of those Bard ultimates. The Tempered Fates were finding not one, not two, but three people consistently. It really seemed like he had his targets set down for that game.
It was massive, but again, the bottom lane was a non-interactive lane between both of them. It was a standard 2 versus 2 against the Twitch, so they got through perfectly fine. It unlocked kitties on that Bard to roam around. They forced Flash in the middle lane. They got some picks onto Pawn all the time, and they all just started to ramp up their own confidence and snowball the rest of the game.
Yeah, so we have another replay of ready for you folks. This is already 31 minutes into the game. The Baron has worn off, and Zzitai has just finished split pushing down that inhibitor.
And Zzitai doesn't look like he's going to stop doing it anytime soon. Unrelentless down there. We'll roll this one out, and EDG are desperate to come in, find some vision around the area. KaKAO hits that snowball, and Bard again. Kitty's just consistently going off. Siva's golden right now, putting out all of the damage possible from that Zeke's Harbinger. And Invictus Gaming, they just run around constantly. The re-engage essentially from Invictus. Zzitai is massive. He's trying to make things happen really desperately for his team because they've already taken down the important members. Kid and Rookie are dead, and it's up to this Trundle to make something happen. He miraculously gets out with the flash after a kill from the Bard heal. Magical Journey taken and interrupted here by KaKAO. The traffic cone says you can't pass that area. They continue to chase him from a wild goose chase, but Kitty does get out.
Yeah, a bit of a no-chase zone being dropped down. And again, just the coordination coming out from Zzitai and Kitties across the map. The fact that the two of them were effectively setting up the split push while coordinating team fights at the same time. Invictus Gaming, this team is playing great.
They are, and they got ahead very early, and a lot of this game came down to that split push from the Trundle. He was taking everything out by himself, almost single-handedly won the game through that Nexus being destroyed.
Yeah.
It was insane.
We've actually got that replay ready for you folks right now, and this is the crazy fight. Zzitai, you can see him on your mini-map on the far side.
Yeah, and a lot of this game has come down to the objective control. So they've got 3 dragons. They had all of the turrets to nothing, basically, for most of this. And this is after Edward Gaming just come back into this game. Invictus try and force the Baron one more time. They do get the Baron, but they start losing members for their troubles. Kitty's just consistently trying to poke around and live for as long as possible. And meanwhile, at the Nexus, you will find a wild Trundle who you think's about to end the game. They're trying to stop the recalls, but Azir comes in with the home guards. He denies that end of the game. The Braum passive connecting for the stun. Zzitai cannot get there. At the just by the tip, he manages to not get it. And he actually ends up getting it in the end.
Yeah.
But that time, EDG, they managed to mount a defense.
Yeah, they certainly, that one fight, they were able to mount a defense. Though later on, we saw Zzitai did manage to finish off the Nexus for the win.
Well, that's the thing, though, because he managed to get the Nexus that low from that predetermined engage. Yeah. He can then just go straight back in and end it.
Yeah, well, speaking of going back in, our guys are ready on the desk to walk you through game number 3.
Thank you very much.